I'll call to order the meeting of the April 17th, 2025 Parks and Recreation Board. First thing is a reading of the mission of the Parks and Recreation mission statement. The Richmond Parks and Recreation Department provides for the positive development and well-being of the Richmond community through the provision of parks, greenways, trails, and recreational programming and facilities, while working in cooperation with other service providers and partners in the community to maximize all available resources. Next, we'll welcome and introduce any special guests.
Yes, so I would like to bring Mr. Gary DeLucio up here. You're going to have to come up. So last meeting, I told you about Gary, and I've shared with you some of his special talents and everything that he's done for us. And so he did agree with much dismay that he would come today. And so I wanted to make sure that I did provide you with kind of just a simple list of just some of the things that he has been doing, which this is a very small list of the things that we put together. But he has fixed the air compressor, the main one that feeds the building, and all of the other air compressors that were bad. That obviously saved the course about $700. He's organized and cleaned the outside and the inside of the maintenance barns. He has organized the shelves and labeled for all equipment parts. He has built a weed eater staging area. He has made a metal scrap pile. And the most recent one, which we're very proud of, and he probably is very proud of it as well, he fixed our Toro top dresser, which saved us over $12,000. He just repaired our grasshopper mower, which he repaired that voltage regulator that was put in upside down for whatever reason. And so we're thankful that that is fixed, and now we can utilize that. He built a tire rack out of pallets, so utilizing what we had and making that useful for us. He fixed the linkage on the New Holland tractor so it could go in forward and reverse. So we're very thankful about that, which saved us a call out to New Holland. We are working on repairing the Yamaha cart that's been down for 2 years, so he told us what parts we need to fix that. The Toro Workman, it has some belts and a spring missing, so he worked on that. He's found several tools that we didn't know we had, which is very surprising. A floor jack was missing the seal, so now that works. A 21-inch walk-behind mower had lost the self-engaging bar. He made one himself, and so now it works properly. He also removed some chairs and took away all the metal parts so we could put those in the scrap pile just instead of putting it in the trash. He made sure that we could, be able to get something out of it. I could go on and on about the things that Gary does for us at the golf course. He's been with us as a volunteer for a while, but at the golf course, really hot and heavy, I would say, since February. And he comes Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 to 3 most weeks. He also volunteers with the library and also our greenhouse. So it's not just us that he works with for our community. So we just had to tell you everything that he's done. I'm sure I've missed several things, but we couldn't do it without him, and we're so thankful for him. So we made this special plaque, and it's got a little poem on it for him. And so we want him to have that. And then we also engraved a multi-tool for him that says, Gary DeLucio, Richmond Parks 2025, thank you to our multi-talented volunteer. There. Yeah, we know it will. And so we just appreciate everything that you've done. And last board meeting, they did adopt in the minutes a very special thank you for you as well. So I think we just really want you to know how special you are and how much you've you've saved us in not only monetary value, but all the time and effort that you've put in is not going unnoticed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we need to, a motion to amend the agenda to include new business items C and D.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to include items C, Centerpoint Veteran temporary easement approval, and D, approval of addendum number 2 to contract number 171-2023 under new business.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Right. Shukas. Next, approval of the minutes on the March 13th, 2025 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries. Next, we have administration reports. Superintendent report?
Yes, I'm just going to give a quick update here on the board. That's kind of been my life. So I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown. We have been really just kind of initiating field submittals for furniture, concrete, working with R.L. Turner just to get everything ready for mobilization on the test road. So I'll let you kind of know when that happens. We're working on a website so that we can have a time lapse over there at test road so everyone can kind of see the progress, as well as this website will be able to have FAQs for anyone who would like to know what's happening or has any questions. I'm getting maybe a call a week with just people inquiring what's happening. And they're excited. It's not anything that would be of concern, but they do live in the area or they've heard something about it and they want to know more. So I can direct them to this website with more information, things about the habitats and things about what's going on, and they can see live feed of the construction and more about the project. So we're really excited about getting that underway. So I wanted to let you know about that. We're also working with planning upstairs at the city building, the building commissioner, of some zoning approvals that need to happen as well, which is kind of the last thing on our list. Phase 2 is starting to kind of progress as well. And we are working through that and starting to do the official start of construction and planning of design at that. So all in all, things are happening there and on schedule. And then just wanted to kind of make note that we have approved the food distribution for the veterans to come through the park each month. They used to be over at the VA and it was very crowded for them. And so they were trying to find a new location. And so we're looking at doing that each month on the 4th Tuesday here at Glen Miller. And so we work here at the traffic division to make a good plan and route here. And it might need to be tweaked, after we do it a couple times. But we are excited to support this endeavor. And I just wanted to let you all know that would be happening in Glen Miller. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions for Denise?
I was just, not a real question, I just wanted to comment on the Gorge project. There's a lot of interest. I've had a lot of inquiries and I've taken the opportunity to promote what the plan is so that people have an idea what's going on. And I've talked to a few people that actually, that do watch our there's more than we think. There's a lot of people that do watch it.
And I think the website will help as well, just to make sure that if they have a question, they can go there like left.
Any other questions for Denise? No? All right. Assistant Superintendent report, any highlights you'd like to?
Yeah, just a couple of things, Dan, that in your packet there. The guys have been, of course, the mowing season has started. Getting busy de-winterizing, opening up the facilities. And Service Center opened on the 12th as scheduled. And Cordell Pool, we started working over there. started working over there, and to date, we have 18 applications of returning lifeguards. We're in a class that will be starting this coming Tuesday with a class of 17. So well, the numbers are looking good there for White Bears. Any questions? All right, you keep.
Jim and I have, we're finally decided we're gonna go right
I
around.
was gone.
Yep.
No, we're gonna get it.
Next Thursday, we're gonna spend a portion of the day together touring the facilities. So I look forward to that.
Thank you, Jim. Next, we'll move on to division reports. We have the financial reports.
I didn't have too much change since we last met, but I did want to point out that if you look in February, that we opened the cabin and shelter rentals January 15th to the public. So if you look just through that chunk of January to February, we're already at 13,500. So I think that's a really decent number to be at in just a month and a half. So I think we're on a really good track so far with cabin and shelter rentals. But otherwise, I didn't really have anything that really stands out unless anybody has any questions for me.
I think I badgered you just a little bit last month, and I did go through the 5-year, and it did help.
Did it help a little bit?
It helps put some perspective on things. The details, obviously, not like the yearly approach, but you do get a summary, and it does year over year give you an idea. So that was
Speaking of the 5-year financials, I noticed from 24 to 25, we seem to be up in expenses a lot in the 801. And do you have any insight into if that is a like one specific thing or what that could be caused by?
We got a big raise for union employees. And so we have that along with the cost of living raise. So you're going to see that
That makes sense.
as an increase.
Great, thank you. And it looks like we're up pretty substantially over last year in the farmers market revenue, which seems exciting.
And she's been coming up with all kinds of new stuff and exciting new ways to bring more people in. She's not here, but just as a Tuesday, I think she got her Stop Shaman Stroll. Anybody wants to come out to Wall on Bolsa? I think we're gonna light the pond on fire and what kinds of fun stuff out there. So it's great. Cool. That'll be not the first official outdoor market, but first pop-up out.
Yes. Yes, and I will tell you, I think they said that there was was it wine night? Well, how many likes did it say for the event? It was huge.
I've seen it. Okay, did you see our social media?
Yes. How does in Cincinnati? It's promoted. Yeah, they have s'more packets. They were making more s'more packets today because of such interest. So yeah, we have a lot of vendors coming out, a lot of interest in this event.
So that's great. I think that would have been one more indoor market before it's what you want to.
So this weekend is the Easter market or and so they've got all kinds of things going on. Sorry.
I think too, right? Because the following week would still be in April. May 5th is the first out.
Correct.
Kind of took over her. Yes.
That's okay. It's all good news.
We'll get to skip that one. Yeah.
All right, any other questions for him? Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. Becky. You want to?
Guess some update. I'll talk really fast. I'm I'm starting at the bottom of my report. I want to thank our volunteers. We've got a really big uptick in volunteers helping out at the center. And we have this new history corner taking shape, and Marla and her cohort in crime, Cheryl, have been really digging into everything we have. And so it's really fun, and it prompted the wood carving group to want to bring all their historic wood carvings they made, and we just now put those in there too, so you can see what people made this. Kind of fun. Our Get Moving Monday that we added at noon is taking off. It isn't as big as we wanted yet, but it's still very solid, and so people like it. We put an insert in the newsletter last time that we really liked, because it was able to give us more information out there, and I liked it so much that I thought, well, it didn't cost us that much more. We can do something to raise it. And so I think 4 times a year we'll put an insert in to highlight different parts of the center. Membership, I'm very excited. It's not even been 2 years, and by the end of March we had 370 new members, which I think is kind of good. And we're still getting new members, so that's good. Our Couch to 5K, I really thought maybe we'd have 20 people, and I was all excited. And by the time I got started, before I did my report, we had 75 signups. So we have a lot of people doing the Couch to 5K. And it's interesting to feel that energy. We did the first 3 weeks at the center. Starting next Monday, will be 3 weeks downtown at Ulster Park, then Glen Miller for 3 weeks, and then the Gorge Trail. So you'll feel the energy of footsteps that are going to be moving in that area. Mashup Monday is huge. It's a great success. And honestly, I've talked to Reed and to Karen, and they're starting to share it outwards, saying this was good at the center. Let's share this places and get other organizations to do it. And we'll offer it 3 times. The current one we're doing is a 6-week session. It's based on comorbidities, so your blood pressure, your heart health, your weight, cholesterol, things. And it's 30 minutes of question and answer information, and then 30 minutes of movement in some way. And the most exciting thing is people are learning they can be empowered to be involved in their own medical treatment and be empowered that way. That's been very cool to hear, because they don't have any trouble asking questions. But they're learning that they have the right to ask, can I put my feet on the floor before my blood pressure's taken? It's like, yes, you can ask that. So that's been really good. Earth Day is coming up on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and we're following the great party you're having out here on Tuesday. So we have a food truck coming, and it's just one, but it's so exciting. We've got 30 orders already for the guy coming, so it's made a big deal. And the Purdue Master Gardeners have got a great plan going. So if you know anybody that wants to come out, where it isn't just for seniors, people can see it. We're making things. I think our latest thing is Serenity Rock Rappy. Even said that right. So we're just growing more. We have May All About Me planned. Our intern is fabulous, Stephanie from Miami University. She's wonderful. And we've got tons of stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Do you have any questions or?
Great. We think you bring the excitement to the whole thing. It's reflection of your enthusiasm.
Well, I appreciate that, but what I tell everybody down there too is that we all come in together and we have this amazing energy when we're all gathered. And as long as we keep making a community, we're going to keep growing. And pretty soon you'll have to, let us use the east side of the building a lot more.
Sound what's coming, I see. Oh, I forgot. This is so exciting. I just found this out on my way out here. The e-bites have arrived. They've been put together. They're all assembled, and he offered for me to pick them up, but He did not want me on the e-bike dragging first time. So he's going to deliver them next week. So the foundation supported that, gave us the money for it, and I'm just very excited. We had people already signed, ready to come, and we want to ride it first. So it'll be nice. We have waivers too, so some all in. But I think this is going to be an exciting thing, and it will feed into our secret GER plan that we have going on of actually using the east side of our facility with croquet and a cookout and different things. So
we're on the move, so watch out. So seniors are coming. So they're going to see an expansion, so they will get a pool. That's nice, yeah.
I don't know that favor.
Thank you.
That's great. Any other questions with regards to vision reports?
Actually, just I'm going to touch on community recreation, if that's okay. Yes. JUCO is open, so if anybody wants to register, JUCO is open, so we're excited about that. People are registering every day. Softball is open. I register by tomorrow. Captain's meeting is the 4/28. Additionally, movies in the park are scheduled. We have Wonka on June 7th, Inside Out 2, June 14th. Mufasa on June 21st and Wicked on June 28th. And our presenting sponsor is Three Rivers. So very exciting. So wanted to highlight that. We're very excited about that. And I also wanted you to know that the rec guys are out. They partnered with Western Lane. And so they went out to all of the Western Lane subscribers. And so we wanted to thank them as well. But if you haven't received a rec guide, we're passing them out at all of our events, and you can come here to the Hartsburg and also get them.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay. No board concerns or comments?
I was just gonna say I noticed the fountain in the pond when I pulled up, and it looks fantastic and it looks really good.
Thank you. That they have worked very hard to keep that looking that way. It's our second pond fountain. Our first one, several pond fountains later, but yes, they work really hard. Our techs do on that fountain, and it shows for sure. Especially at night, so pretty full. So
Well, thanks to that.
I did want to I was thinking, right, because when I did drive in, we do post that there's no swimming in the lake, the pond. Fishing's okay.
machine is okay with the right permits.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So there were a few people too?
Yes, people fish here all the time.
Okay.
Delegations and correspondence? None. Old business? There is none. Moving on to new business. Item A, termination of contract 57-2024 to Taylor Skiefer Williams Design Group.
Yes, and I have kind of alluded to this a little bit, that just as a refresher, this is a mutual agreement with the Taylor Williams Design Group that we will be terminating our agreement and with our consultant, Katie Clark, who has moved to MKSK. We have dissolved our relationship. We would like to dissolve our relationship with Taylor Seifert Williams and go with MKSK moving forward for the Gorge project. MKSK is a larger firm, and with the momentum we have with the Gorge, we are looking to continue to strategize with them for the next 5+ years. And so we feel like this is a good move in that direction. So we'll have to terminate their agreement with Taylor Seifert Williams. And then the next, of course, item would be to move forward with the contract with KSK.
This was an agreement that was favorable to all sides involved. As I recall, everybody suggested and confirmed that this was the best.
That was correct. I spoke with the partner, the owner, the principal owner, and we discussed this in length. So leading up to this, Taylor has been consulting and contracting with Katie to keep her in the project.
Understood.
Yes.
Any questions for Denise? I'll entertain a motion to terminate contract 57-2024 to Taylor Seifert Williams Design Group.
So moved.
The second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And I will add that they've been a great partner to work with. Want to make sure to highlight that, and that they have been willing to continue to contract anyone that they needed to and hire any subs that they needed to keep this project moving on the right direction. So they left it up to us to, if the termination is the best thing to do, they were fully support about that. So I did want to highlight that. They were a great partner.
This transition financially for us is a no cost.
That's correct. It's just a move in the right direction.
All right, next item of business, approval of contract to MKSK Design Group for the Whitewater Gorge.
Yes, and so just for Mike's point of clarification, we did some things on the back end. So we, in order to feature Mate White's taken a little bit longer, we had to close out everything with Taylor, pay them up to a certain point, and get all those figures, accumulated. And then since they have a sub of the FNS as the engineer, we had to coordinate all of that and then move forward to see where the stopping point would be and then go forward with this contract. So that's why now we're ready to kind of move forward with that.
That's in here somewhere.
Correct. It's in the exhibit.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll piecemeal that. That's why I wanted to clarify what that exhibit really states so everybody knows what is owed going forward.
All right, any questions about approval of the contract, MKSK? No? All right, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion of approval of the contract with MKSK Design Group for the Whitewater Gorge activation projects.
So moved.
Second.
On bidder,
Aye.
motion series. Review those. So item C, Centerpoint Vectron temporary easement approval.
Yes, so this is for Bridge 720, and this is utility easement, temporary easement. We brought you one of these for Highland, and this is now for Bridge 720, so this falls on our property as well. There's a lot of bridge work that's going to be done. I don't see that this will be the last one that you will see, but this is track 2. There's a track 1, but track 1 was not actually our property. It was city property, so you didn't have to actually review that one. That will have to go to Board of Works. That this one actually outlines that the sole owner is the Board of Works and the Board of Parks and Recreation. Therefore, you will then to approve this temporary easement for the utility.
Well, you can get $500 out of the deal.
Yeah. All right. They assess the actual property, and then that's it did.
Any questions for Deeds? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the Centerpoint Vectron temporary easement as outlined in track 2.
All right. I second.
All right, all in favor? And to oppose, motion carries. Next, we have approval of addendum number 2 to contract number 171-2023.
So this is just to continue our contract with our booking agent, Joe Oxty, who continues to help us find booking musical acts for different events that we have. And it was just till mid-2024, 2023, and we extended it to the end of 2025. And so that addendum is to just extend that time. It actually, the contract does not go over $5,000. And so I should be able to sign the threshold. However, when we received this contract, it had Mike as the signatory. So that's why I'm bringing it to board, just to get it approved so Mike can sign it.
Any questions for Deeds? All right, I'll entertain a motion of approval of addendum number 2 to contract under 171-2023.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed. Motion carries. Any other business?
I just wanted to make a point that, Rose Garden point, because the Bloom and Glow event, which is an annual event there, with the help of obviously the park department to make that happen on the areas that are involved. June 4th is the date of that. Tickets are on sale if anybody is interested.
And how much was it?
They are $45.
Right. And that ticket gets
Gets you into the Rose Garden and all of the vendors that are there. It's a food service with a number of different vendors, and obviously it's the fundraiser for the Rose Garden for the year.
right.
And it does. It's very successful.
And if somebody would want to sponsor, they just need to.
Contact Ann Herman.
And then also the day of June 4th, people can go and watch the balloon.
Yes, free of charge. That's on specifically on park property that allows that to happen. I believe last year between the sale of tickets, which we have about 400, and the balloon attendance was somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 people. So it's a very well attended.
So everybody likes that event and looks forward to it. So thanks for reading that.
Next year.
All right, any other business? No, okay. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
So,
All in favor? Aye. No opposed, motion carries.
right.